Well, we are live again here at LightWorX. Hi, Rachel. How you doing this afternoon?
Fantastic, Ken. How are you?
I'm living the dream. I'm having a great day. If the sun is, it's nothing finer than North Carolina right now. The weather is amazing. I can't wait after we finish. I'm going to get out and get my run in, and then finish up work for the day and prepare for my session tonight in my local community. But it's we got a good topic here that we need to cover with our people today about the foundation of LightWorX. And what that really means is how are we going to move and what are we going to provide to our members who are going to be showing up on Thursday, which is tomorrow.
I can't
It's
believe it's
almost here. It's like almost here, right?
it's
So
tomorrow already.
tomorrow we begin 6:30 p.m. down in South Park. So look around for the link, register for the event. Once you register, we'll instantly get you an email over to you with all the details, knowing exactly where to go and all that good stuff. But we're going to cover the foundation, and I'm going to Rachel, you go ahead and lead in on this, and I'll follow up with you.
Okay, let me make sure I don't lose my screen here. There you go. Okay, so this is something that I have implemented into my business through a lot of the retreats and a lot of the different things I do. I developed these methodologies, and they've really become something that I have begun to live my life by. They're like anchor points in my life. And so when we decided to create this LightWorX, Activate Your Inner Light, it was like, what are some of the foundational things that people need to implement and live by? It's like the word isn't coming to me right now because we're just going off the fly. Like Ken and I really haven't rehearsed these, just so you guys know.
No,
We
at
are
all.
for the events, but we're just going live and we're really just showing up and sharing from our hearts. But these are some foundational topics that I believe and Ken believes are essential to activating your light and living your absolute best life, to living the life that God created you here on this earth at this time to live, to express, to be. And so I'm gonna run through a couple of these, and then I'll let Ken share a little bit too. Tomorrow, our very first topic that we're going to discuss is going to be sacred rest and stillness. And there's a reason why I'm starting with this one. I believe that it is kind of the foundational for us to really understand where we are overtaxed on so
Mhm.
many levels. We are just overwhelmed in our bodies. And so we're going to show up and we're going to give you an hour's worth of information, why it is critical and what to do. So when you leave tomorrow, you're actually going to have work to do, to go home, to practice, to implement for sacred rest and stillness. And then you're going to come back and you're going to share with us. And we're really going to help you embody this principle so that you can light up your life. I'm going to run through some of these quick. And Ken, if you
Sure.
want to jump in, interrupt. Another big one that I think is like a lost art that not a lot of people are experimenting today that is super important in my life is childlike play. Like we have forgot to play. Everybody is so stressed out and so overwhelmed and going through the day to day. Like we got to be childlike and play. I am a huge proponent of adventure for growth, personal development, really discovering who you are, what your gifts are, what you're capable of. Most people have no idea what they're actually capable of, and adventure does that for you. Relationships, friendships, that's a big one. If you have a strong community of friendships and relationships, or even a love relationship, we're going to have a topic on that. Mindfulness is a big one. Mindfulness, mastering your mindset, what it means to have purpose in your meaning in your life and what that looks like, developing inner peace to overcome depression and anxiety, the importance of having a good environment where you live in your workspace, where you live, your environment is critical. We're going to have a whole topic on that. Spirituality, love, and love is going to cover a couple of different areas.
Oh yeah.
Discipline is going to be a big one here. We're going to go deep into discipline. Servitude, supporting other people. We're going to have a discussion on that. Humility. Humility is another really big one. And last but not least, we are going to have a topic on abundance and prosperity so that you really can live the way that we were intended to live. And again, I think for me, everything goes back to nature shows us the way in so many ways. And she is just abundant and prosperous. And it's our natural way of being. And we all deserve to live that way. So that's just a handful of the topics that we are going to be discussing over the course of this next year in the 2 sessions that we're going to be having each month.
Yes, and this is a framework. This is not an order, right? And so one of the most beneficial things about working with Rachel and I is the fact that we are dynamic and that we read the room. So the spirits that do decide to show up to do this work at LightWorX with us, married to any one of these topics, right? There's some that we feel are more important than others, but there's also a huge other bucket of topics that we haven't even brought out here that we are willing to massage into our sphere as necessary to serve the people that do show. That's what's most critical. So this isn't about having this rigid framework. It's really about serving the needs of the people that show up in the highest magnitude. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. So it's deep, it's warm, it's going to be an accountable action that we're taking each and every week. And so we get to see you to kind of show you the framework of whatever it is that we're talking about for that day and give you the assignment and then give you some interconnectedness with us between the assignment and coming back to reveal what happened, right? And to be able to unpack what happened and to analyze and grow from whatever it is that you put in play. Okay.
Yeah.
So
And I just want to add to that real quick, Ken, that, Ken is a health practitioner and he is all about helping people with the physical body and the health piece. And I'm a little bit more on the mental, emotional, and we both have major crossover in this. So with each one of these topics, we're going to dive deep into all of the areas of it. So when you have a symptom show up in your physical body, and that might be the reason that you go work with Ken because you're having a physical symptom and maybe it's fatigue, right? He can work with you on the physical part of that, but there's also emotional, spiritual side that we need to get in touch with so that we can look at this as a holistic approach, the whole body, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and some of these other things. And so we're working in every single one of them. So when you hear this list, it just know that this list is designed for all parts of you, of your emotional and physical. And we're going to dive deep into some of the physical stuff and why things happen in the body. And we're going to dive deep into how the emotions play a role in what's happening in the physical body. So there's a lot of depth that's going to go into this that obviously we're not going to share in this quick call. But we just felt like it was important to share with you some of the topics that are going to be the foundation of this program.
Yeah, just know that for every one of these topics, you don't hear anything about nutrition or health or wellness protocols and things of that nature on this show, on this call. But I will be directly correlating everything to the physical reality of each one of us and how these topics and how things manifest in the body and how we get them to shift in the physical body all come back to these things. Everything is interconnected. And I think once you see both sides of it, you'll maybe be able to understand why your physical body has been so resistant to heal. Mm-hmm. And you may be picking up things in these sessions that will all of a sudden allow you to catapult to a new level of wellness simply because you've been missing the connection, because you thought your functional medicine doctor had it all right. And it was just a box of supplements that you needed to take. And let me tell you what, my clients who heal the best are doing all of this. Mm-hmm. This is what it takes. You have to have the full picture. Yes. You have to analyze the fact that how you're responding to the universe is dictating the input and the regulation of the internal systems of your body, and that you're in charge of that ship, not me, not your doctor, not your holistic doctor, not your chiropractor, none of them.
Mhm.
We are just such a small piece of your ability and your success. And it's going to be part of my job to help you recognize that every time you walk into the room, because I
Mhm.
want you to be your best practitioner.
Yes. Yeah, that's a really good point. And, when I was listening to you discuss that, I just can't help but think back about my journey, where the doctors told me I'd spend the rest of my life in and out of hospitals, and that the diseases that they told me that I had that I never identified with, that they were incurable. And I am standing here in front of you today, and I have none of those. And there is nothing that I cannot do, whether it's traveling the world or hiking mountains or you name it. And so I had to look at the physical body, and that's all that the traditional doctors were looking at with the physical body. But I went deep into the emotional and mental body and the programs that were running and the subconscious programs that were running. And I began to work there and shift that. And I did work with Ken. I worked with Ken for a year in helping me heal the physical body. And so I'm not coming to the table asking you guys to do anything that I haven't already done myself. And it
Mm.
has become who I be. It is how I live my life. I am sharing with you how I have overcome and how I have lived my life to be now living my purpose, helping other people activate their lives and live their purpose. And so I just am so excited to meet some of you guys that maybe feel like I've tried everything and nothing's worked, because I was one of those people who said I tried everything and I found what worked. And now I'm here and I'm going to share it with you. And I'm so honored and grateful to share this with Ken, because he was an instrumental part of my journey in helping me on that physical level as well.
It's going to be a good time. Listen, we've got 12 minutes here. We know how long people's attention spans are, so we're going
Yeah.
to go ahead and shut this down. And for those people that are ready and willing, we'll drop the link in here. Just register, and we'll see you tomorrow at 6:30 in South Park and begin this journey. All
Can't
right.
wait.
You guys have a great day, and we'll see you soon.
Okay. Bye.